Howdy, folks. My name is Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name is Ray, and my pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Mars, and my pronouns are they, them. And it's time to pull a meal ticket from the deck of friendship. Sure.
A turbo-powered meal ticket from the deck of friendship.
Joining us on this episode is special guest Sarah Zedig.
Hi, I'm here. My name is Sarah Zedig. My pronouns are she, they. And I have a question for you that I want to clarify. And I am just a guest for this one episode, right? Just this one?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay, good.
You can check out any time you like Sarah Zedig, but you can never leave.
Y'all have agreed to some stuff with this season, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know if I'm ready.
Nobody could have guessed or realized.
Yeah, Marble could have guessed.
Marble maybe could have guessed.
This is kind of almost entirely what I expected, and I'm so happy.
I'm very happy with this.
I'm overjoyed.
I'm also very happy. But okay, hold on. Here's my question. And it doesn't matter really, but is there a real life game for this show?
Cooking. Chop.
I think it's just I think it might just be cooking. Okay, good. I just wanted to clear that up because so for our intro, I don't know what it is yet, but it won't be the same thing.
This is a podcast about where every week we watch an episode of an anime based on
something.
They're arguing over which food is better than the other food.
Yeah. So this is a podcast where we talk about cooking shows, and
next season is Nailed It.
This is we're talking about Fighting Foodons, episode 1, Rice to Meet You.
Notice that Mars didn't say season 1, episode 1, because somehow this show only got one season.
Somehow it only got one season. Somehow. I don't know how.
It's a real shame, too.
Here's how I want to start this episode. I want to throw this idea out, see how y'all think about it. I want to go around the room and just know what everybody thought this show was going to be before getting into it. And Marble, you'll go last because you watched it as a kid.
But of course, Mars.
And Ray, why don't we start with you? What did you think that this show was?
Well, I kind of expected Pokemon but food, and I got much more than that. I got fascism again. Again, huh?
Yeah,
we picked up more fascism, which, it's fine. Let's tear down a totalitarian government, okay?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I got cat girls.
Did you?
Was a surprise, but very nice.
Okay.
I guess I expected it to be very wacky.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to go this fast in episode 1.
Yeah, I really wasn't. I don't know what I was expecting exactly.
This was what I was expecting for the series finale, something of this caliber.
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
And we started with it, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, Sarah started us off by saying that it didn't seem like a first episode material type thing, and it really didn't. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Sarah, what did you think the show was going to be?
Well, as a long time Deck of Friendship fan, I am aware of the fact that you've been promising to do this show for centuries now, and just from that sort of ambient conversation, I had gathered that this was I don't know, like Yu-Gi-Oh, but with food. That's what I was expecting. I just assumed it was another friendship game based anime. I had no idea when it aired or what sort of thing it was.
When did this air?
I feel like this had to have aired in the US around the same time as Pokemon because of obvious reasons. And I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I got. I'm not entirely sure this is happening.
I'm on the Wikipedia page for the show really quick because you do. So I think the reason why we said that this counted, and our rules are loose, it doesn't matter, but there were 2 Game Boy games of Fighting Foodons for some reason.
Technicality, we did it, folks.
Yeah, we made it there. So here's the thing. So it was originally a manga in 1998.
Amazing.
It got 2 volumes.
Oh.
That's
Wow.
hysterical.
It got 2 volumes, but 26 episodes.
That is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
That, like, if it only got 2 volumes, then it obviously wasn't, like, a smash hit success. So why did they give it an anime?
I can only imagine that Pokemon was doing so well and Digimon were doing so well that studios were just like, just grab whatever you can.
Do it.
Whatever looks a little bit like it, just grab it, put it on the air. That's what Japanese people sound like.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's got monsters in it, we gotta.
Hey, watch it. I'm making anime over here.
I'm making anime over here.
We're getting into some bad territory. So.
So what did you expect, Mars?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I don't know what I expected. I think I went in with the least expectations of it. The only things that I knew about it going in were things from that conversation, when, like, however many episodes ago that was. And I forgot most of that. I just knew that we were doing it. So I didn't know. I had no idea. I knew that it was very much food themed. That was it. And
food themed it was.
And what we were gifted, I might say, is a show that is, I think there were about 100 jokes in that 20-minute episode.
Mm-hmm. And all of them were food puns.
Like, I don't know if we can be as funny as the show is.
Yeah, definitely worried about our prospects.
Yeah, we're just going to play it straight from now on. We're going to be very serious and informative. Because
no more jokes.
No more jokes.
We can't. We'll talk about the jokes and deep dive and do an analytics on it, but we're not going to make our own joke.
Which is why we brought in famous video essayist and Homestuck novelist Sarah Zedig.
Yes, food puns. I can't outdo this show. It's impossible.
It is a lot to swallow.
Yeah, can we... Come on. Now, obviously, my memory is historically bad, but can we remember some of these puns? Because there were a lot of them.
Your potluck is just run out.
God.
Your potluck is just run out.
Your
oh, God.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good one.
That was exceptional. But it was because it wasn't all puns. It was like kind of all forms of joke.
Yeah. They really, literally, the writing team kind of went off.
It kind of did go off.
Yeah, this feels like a show where they were like, well, I don't know what this is, so let's just go ham.
Let's just go ham.
Yeah.
Sarah! Didn't even realize. Anyways, so my expectations for Fighting Foodons, you may be wondering, what were they?
Yeah.
As the only person who remembers this show existed, the easiest way I can summarize how it came into my life is when you are a young child of ? Years old, you don't have cable, you settle.
I love the 3 digits. It's very optimistic.
I know, isn't it? You settle, for whatever you can access. And in my childhood, that was on Saturday mornings, we could watch 4 Kids with the good old Sonic X, the Shaman King, the One Piece, the Yu-Gi-Oh! All that stuff.
Shaman King.
Uh-huh.
This is what we watched back then when TV wasn't good yet. But
I don't know about you, but this is the height of television.
Of course, yeah, no, most TV wasn't good yet. Most TV wasn't on Fighting Foodons level, of course, as you can tell. I remembered a few things that I told my good friends before we started the episode, such as that the enemies are called the Gluttons. They turned food into monsters by using meal tickets. What else was there?
Did you
there
say
was the
Fried
theme
Ricer's
song.
name?
Fried Ricer, yeah, Fried Ricer. I remember Fried Ricer because he's in every episode. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure.
And yeah, you mentioned the theme song, which is
and that's what I remembered from the show. My expectations were very low, though. You see, I thought that we were going to sit down and watch this TV show, and that I would not crack a smile, and it would just be weird, and then we would just make fun of it later. I was wrong.
Yeah.
This is the best show ever made.
Yeah, it's
And also, I'm in it. I'm in the show. They
Marvel's
put me in it.
Marvel's in it.
They put me in the show.
I had a lot of fun watching this show, this episode. I had so much fun with it. There were multiple points where I couldn't even hear what was happening because we were all laughing so hard.
I know.
Yeah. Like,
I want to point out really quick, because I am also looking at the wiki, and Claudia is spelled Clawdia.
Good. Of course. Absolutely.
It has to be.
Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't
You'll love to see it.
Why wouldn't you name your cat
Why would her
girl
name
Claudia?
not be a cat pun?
Her name has to be a cat pun. So let's start by talking about this theme song, huh?
Let's start by talking about this wiki and how there are no paragraph breaks anywhere in this episode.
There are no paragraph
episode
breaks.
synopsis.
No play-by-plays, no images, no...
It is just a solid text wall.
No differences between the manga, like...
They make cars run into this with crash test dummies inside to make sure they're safe.
I'm pretty sure this would take longer to read than to watch the episode.
Absolutely.
Probably. So let's... I think we should art ghost the Fighting Foodons intro really quick, because it is important.
Please.
I'm just going to put the whole thing in the podcast, I think.
Good idea.
I don't know if anybody owns this anymore. Like, I don't know. I think Fighting Foodons is just freeware at this point.
Now, I would like to point out that the person who uploaded this, just look at their username for me. What do you see?
Oh boy. Hold on.
What do you see? What do you see?
Oh.
Well, Marvel, the thing about it is that their name is Spaghetti About It.
Cinematic parallels.
Yeah.
Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art?
Oh
gosh.
gosh.
Don't read the description, it's spoilers.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all
Good to
I'm
know.
gonna say.
Yeah. We don't want any Fighting Foodon spoilers.
Absolutely.
You really
not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
Let's listen to this.
Fighting Foodons is something incredible. These monsters look formidable, so everybody take a look at combat creatures you can cook. Fighting Foodons.
That's beefsteak.
That is beefsteak, now we know.
I reckon. Oh, there was that one scene.
Yeah.
Depending on the spice you add, your foodon could be really bad.
There's also very clearly a Sentai parody in one of these episodes.
Yep, I saw that.
Somewhere.
Very happy about that.
Oh, it's the rival.
Pizza will attack with gooey cheese.
Pizza will attack with gooey cheese.
And
It's
a scythe.
inevitable. Oh, that must be Spaghetti About It.
That must be spaghetti.
That might be Spaghetti About It.
What will win, Italian or Chinese?
When your monster takes a fall, whip up a little matzo ball.
This is... I mean, it's challenging.
It's something.
It's emotional.
And that logo.
The logo... The logo looks like the logo for Super Soakers or something.
It's very 90s.
Yeah. So that was the intro to Fighting Foodons. What did we think about it?
Art.
It's art, isn't it?
Art.
That's an art if I ever did see one.
It's art.
Fighting food.
Fighting Foodon.
I mean, it's what's it? I need to find the name.
Pizza.
I definitely
attacks with
can't
gooey
tell what
cheese.
they're saying for most of it.
Not
I
really.
can. That's the scary part.
Oh.
Oh,
that's
Jack
a
Wolf
curse
and Vox
word.
Orpheus in the Underworld. That's what it's based off of.
Yeah.
I had to figure it out. It was bothering me.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Let's get into the episode. We've been
What happened? We start with a flashback.
It does start with a flashback. The sort of the history of this kingdom, this world that Fighting Foodons inhabit.
But it's not just in sepia. It's in like 8 layers of sepia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Now this is a great town, but you wouldn't want to be a prisoner there.
Oh, we're not even there yet.
We're not even
Hello?
there yet, but that is
But you're right.
it's the wildest line. Like,
It's called Georgetown? Oh, Gorgetown.
Gorgetown.
Okay.
Georgetown.
okay, so before we even get to Gorgetown, or maybe this was Scourge Town. I don't know. They don't really spend a lot of time on world building. Unfortunately.
I'm very invested in the lore of Fighting Foodons.
Like, I want to do a D&D campaign in the world of Fighting Foodons. I want
Well, it allows you a lot of space to, like, write your own, you know?
I mean, right. I assume it was expanded upon in the 2 issues of the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So there's a king, unnamed, just a king.
There's just a king.
And he wanted to figure out which was better, tofu surprise or stuffed duck.
I like how he said it, too. Yeah. Tofu surprise or stuffed duck.
I literally don't remember that.
It was very poignant.
There's only 20 minutes in this episode, but all 20 minutes were just filled with so much stuff.
So many things happen.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff.
And just
so
like...
he wants to know what's better.
And
all his chefs were like, oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Mm-hmm. They made a bad joke.
Did they?
Oh.
Yeah. His chefs, not knowing what he meant, assumed he was just a little loopy from too much nutmeg. And then we all died.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Right. Remember that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't great. One chef knew what he meant, though, and he decided to present meal tickets.
Yeah.
Anyone want to talk about meal tickets?
I'll talk about meal tickets till the cows come home.
And turn into beef stew.
And turn into beefsteak. I think that, okay, so meal tickets are cards that have yin-yang on them, and you put them on a food. Like, you have a food, right? You make a food, and you put it on a plate, and it looks like a food. It's all presented like a food does. You set the card just on top of it, all unsanitary-like. You just drop the card on it like you're dropping a tip for a waiter. And then the card sort of light melds into the food, and then the food does a transform and becomes an alive thing.
Yeah.
And then and then it goes fried rice, or I don't know, crab rangoon. It says its own name, like a Pokemon does.
Yeah.
And then they fight.
And yeah.
And that's it.
And then they fight.
And then they fight.
They fight.
I was expecting there to be some kind of mechanical complexity to...
Yeah.
It's just a card you put on a food, and then the food does it alive, and then it fights a thing.
Yeah, I was expecting numbers.
Now,
I was definitely expecting numbers to be involved at some point.
Now, they hint at this, but
I was ready for this.
It seems like the food monster is dependent on the food you make and how well it's made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we do have our little friends, the Burnt Meatballs.
Yeah,
it's true.
And I love them.
I do love them. The Burnt Meatballs are the best characters. But at no point do they ever mention taste, which is probably a good thing. But
yeah.
But so they're not making food for... I imagine, like, these Fighting Foodon chefs, like, if a human were to eat the meal, they might not even think it's very good. But it's like, at some point, the main character, his name is Chase.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Chase. Chase says, this foodon will be spiced for speed and simmered for strength. So it's like the different qualities of food are like how good they are at different things.
I can almost guarantee that they just said those lines and that's not an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to extrapolate something.
We have to try.
Well, okay, if we're gonna do that, then let's extrapolate the actual things that are going on here. So, we have that flashback, and now we're in modern times, and now we're in a totalitarian fascist regime.
We're in what is quite literally just like a labor city. Like a labor camp, but a whole city.
Yeah.
Is it an empire? Because they do mention King Gorge.
Yeah, King Gorge.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely... We're trying to create the world building for the show that gave us very little. So I think, yes.
I want to say this episode gave me more than a few Avatar The Last Airbender vibes. Like, all of the people who were in prison... Or like the indentured servants, they just that entire sequence reminded me of when the waterbenders are on a slave ship, basically.
On the ship, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Sarah. Avatar: The Last Airbender came out way after Fighting Foodons.
Oh, you know what?
Avatar:
You're right.
The Last Airbender ripped off Fighting Foodons.
100%. Well, it's doubly true because I was literally looking at the big monument to King Gorge. It looks like Fire Lord Ozai.
A little bit.
It just looks like Fire Lord Ozai. I don't know.
Fire Lord Ozai in a past life.
What's the truth?
The truth is that the folks who made Avatar: The Last Airbender are hacks and frauds, and they've never done anything good in their lives. And Fighting Foodons is the only good anime.
Now, hold on a second. I think that we're saying all these things, but we're not giving them a chance to defend themselves. Hey, let me get John Avatar: The Last Airbender on the phone real quick. Beep, beep, bop, beep, 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 bop, beep, 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 beep. It's a long phone number.
Very
beep,
long
bop,
phone
beep,
number.
Beep, beep, beep.
That, he actually holds the world record for longest phone number.
Hi, John. Is this John Avatar: The Last Airbender? Oh, nice. Have you ever heard of a show called Fighting Foodons? Oh, he hung up on me.
Well, no one knows what that could mean.
No one knows.
Unfortunately.
No one knows.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, what happened? What happened in this episode?
Gorgetown. There's evil King Gorge, Glutton Man. But we don't see him, I guess, for now.
We see a statue of him.
We see a statue of him.
And inside the statue are a cult.
Yeah.
Yep. The Gluttons, they're a cult.
Yeah.
And they're performing a ceremony to summon the most powerful Foodon.
Beefsteak.
And a chef comes in, and it's Claudia. We don't know that
We
yet.
don't know that yet, but
she has a cultist robes on, so you can't tell there's a kitty girl underneath.
You can kind of tell she's a kitty girl underneath.
I didn't know. For some reason, I was expecting it to be like some kind of Digimon or something.
We saw the claws, but I'm like, I don't know the rules of this world and species yet.
I figured like some sort of animal something. Like I didn't necessarily directly expect cat, but some sort of animal something for sure.
Mm-hmm. So Claudia's here.
It was a meowstery.
It was a meowstery. The Gluttons are, as they are known, are chanting glutton power. Glutton power. I don't know what rhythm you're going on, Marble.
Glutton power. Glutton power.
Glutton. Oh, okay.
Glutton.
Power. Glutton. Wait.
Ray,
get in here.
So they bring in a pressure cooker. So they bring in they say bring in the pressure cooker, and I immediately could not contain my laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like that wasn't even a joke. I was in tears.
Yeah,
I was in tears.
It was the most expected but unexpected thing. Like
they
of
said,
course,
as soon as they said bring in the pressure cooker, and I said, oh, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Like I knew we were watching Fighting Foodons, but I didn't really fathom what that meant until that moment. And then they said, bring in the pressure cooker. And I was like, all right, here we go. Buckle up. Let's dig in.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
That's going to be this entire season of the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
We agreed to this.
We did agree to this.
We did agree, and the stakes are too high at this point.
Marble! We need to talk about Dad.
We do need to talk about G.I. Dad.
We need to talk about my dad.
Chase and Kayla, the two main character children,
Mm-hmm.
Their father is a G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He looks like he was from an American cartoon, but he tripped and landed in some anime hair, and then he got transported to Fighting Foodons.
Well, it's it's fun because for all of the scenes that Chef Jack is in, it's just an action figure that somebody's puppeting over the animation cell. It's pretty
weird how they did that.
It's a pretty cool technique,
Yeah.
There's a sidekick animal in this episode that never is addressed.
Nope.
It's like a
little
floating little red panda fairy that looks kind of like whatever the main character of that one anime, I think it's called Agretsuko or something.
Oh yeah,
on Netflix.
Yeah,
Agretsuko. Yeah, looks like that, but it's just the head and it's floating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks
it's there.
It looks like a mix between like an onigiri and a tanuki.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see the red panda angle.
Oh, yeah, red panda. Yeah.
But I'm not... It doesn't talk.
It does,
as most animal sidekicks are oft want to do.
Does it even make any noises?
Anything. No,
I think there were some noises that were unattributed that we were meant to assume were coming from. Like, I could only assume that these like there's a couple of like little like in the backgrounds that I thought like, well, those aren't coming from anybody in particular. I guess they're coming from a strange creature.
Distance.
Yeah. You haven't seen the last of me.
God. So their dad is captured inside this big tower, and he wants to stop them from summoning Beefsteak, the most powerful fighting foodon to ever exist ever in life.
Now, yes, can we talk? So the gluttons made this beefsteak recipe, this apparently ancient beefsteak recipe. And
that involves using all rotten food.
Yeah, it's all rotten food. They're like, yeah, it's made of putrid beef and grody eggs or whatever.
Yeah.
Do eggs normally go in beefsteak? I don't know. Whatevs.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. So
that's the motto of this season of Deck of Friendship. Don't think about it.
Chase and Kayla break out their dad.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
They reunited with Dad.
Always good to start your first political revolution at a young age.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. You want to revolutionize your kids as quickly as possible.
As quickly, yeah. And then their dad tries to stop summoning while his kids run off and summon a meal cart.
Right. The meal cart.
It's clutches. The meal cart is apparently just literally a meal cart, but also it transforms, but like it doesn't transform into anything. It's just still a meal cart after it transforms.
Yeah.
Which is very fun. It's very fun.
Yeah.
I guess it's also a car it has parachutes.
It has a lot
I don't know any features it has beyond parachutes, but it has parachutes.
It seems to basically just have a little compartment for everything that'll just open up and give you whatever you need.
Now, I did see that it was a car, and then it was also a regular cart, so it has at least two modes.
Two forms,
at least two modes.
So far.
So it's car that you can drive, and cart you can pull, like a food cart.
In about 3 episodes, it's going to sprout wings, and
we're waiting for it.
And turn into a plane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to look at this now, but I know at some point in this show you're going to read the Wikipedia entry for the food cart. And please let me know when you do that, because you're going to have a good time reading that article.
I'm glad. Thank you.
I'm excited.
So we have a lot to look forward to with the food cart.
I see.
Because they did have to rescue it from imprisonment, just like Dad.
Yeah. What did the food cart do to get imprisoned? I want to know.
Yeah, right. It was locked up, and they were doing tests on it.
Yeah.
I want to know why.
There were like
also,
tubes
when it turns into a when it turns into a plane, does it make airline food? That's the joke. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
So
it turns into a
Chef
plane,
Jack.
and you just get a package of peanuts and a tiny Diet Coke.
You slap a meal ticket on it.
Yeah.
And it turns into Diet Coke. Anyway.
Diet Coke.
I'm Diet Coke and peanuts.
Chef Jack is trying to stop this thing. He doesn't do it, and we finally get to meet Claudia. Best girl.
Claudia.
Yeah, Claudia takes her cultist robes off, and it turns out that I'm in the show.
Marble's just in the show.
And you're a villain, and I'm waiting for your redemption arc.
I'm the villain of Fighting Foodons, Claudia.
Claudia, it's good to have you here.
Pegasus who? This is the character voice for the Fighting Foodons season.
That's right.
That's right.
We'll find more, don't worry.
Yeah, I haven't really...
Claudia's the one, though. Claudia is definitely, like, the series, like,
Hey,
character.
Ray, could you pop off a chase for me really quick? I feel like you could really...
Okay, no, legit, that's the voice of Mokuba, and I can't... let me... Big brother! Okay. Dad! I need to make fried ricer! Oh, God, I need to work on it.
It's...
I need to make fried rice. Nope.
Kayla, don't get squished by the beefsteak.
Beefsteak is going to be the easiest one.
Beefsteak is going to be a recurring.
Beefsteak is easy. We can all do beefsteak.
Yeah.
Beefsteak is literally just the strong mad voice saying
Oh my
beefsteak.
So we'll workshop Chase for me.
Yeah.
Beefsteak's gonna be around. It's fine.
Yeah,
So Chef Jack
mhm.
is here trying to stop it. He doesn't stop it. Beefsteak appears, and it's just Cow Godzilla.
Yeah,
Right.
Cow Godzilla with like a box mouth.
That has like a turret gun in it.
Yeah.
What's its catchphrase?
Beefsteak. That's it.
That's it.
And that's the part where Marbles... Was it Marble that said, "Oh God, I hope they all say their names like Pokemon. Please give me this."
And they do.
And they do.
And they do. Now, here's the interesting thing. Okay, it's time to get into a little bit of theory crafting. Burnt Meatballs don't.
Yeah.
They talk to
Yeah,
us.
I noted. They usually just say meatballs, but once they said,
What about us?
yeah, what about
What about
us?
us?
And a couple other things. And I'm like, that's
Oh,
interesting.
did they say more than what about us?
I think.
I don't
Maybe.
remember that.
I definitely remember them saying, "What about us?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the meatballs.
there's more to the burnt meatballs than we think.
Burnt meatballs.
The more inedible
yeah.
you are, the closer you are to sentience.
Oh.
There we go.
Interesting.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
We'll see. I feel
I
like
don't
this isn't the last time we'll see Fighting Foodon that has sentient thought and is capable of complex emotion.
Yeah,
All right, we'll
So
have to
do you-
figure out those
do you
rules.
think-
yeah.
Do you think maybe Chase is his mom is a foodon?
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
Maybe.
That's why she's not around anymore.
Yeah.
they ate her.
They got
They
hungry.
ate her.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
And this
She
is,
was some chips and dip.
and this is why they
Yeah.
don't. This is why they don't mention taste.
And this is why Dad doesn't stick around, because he doesn't want to tell his kids that they ate their mom.
Oh yeah, the dad just leaves at the end.
Yeah, he's
he
like,
has
"I'm
to
out."
fight.
This isn't the last you'll see of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to go away and fight King Gorgeous horses, because
Yeah.
that's what you do as a G.I. Joe.
Yeah. So yeah, there's this big. Before that, Chase.
Mhm.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the weird old man.
We gotta talk about the
We don't-
special turbo meal ticket.
We have okay, so we meet Oslo, who's
Can we-
on a flying saucer.
yeah, Oslo, who is the least animated character in this show.
I don't think he moves.
He does sometimes, but he's usually just a JPEG of an old man.
hmm
Which is cool.
He just flies around on like a plate saucer.
So they don't have
That's what he
to. So they
does.
don't have to move his legs.
Right.
It's great.
And he runs into Chase and Kayla, and then they are all running away because there's a big beefsteak
Yeah,
running around, causing a rampage.
I'm suspicious of Oslo though,
Oh, me too.
because
he,
he was hanging around in this prison city,
uh-huh.
Gorgetown.
Yeah.
But
He said at some point, "This is my chance to escape," while there was chaos.
he did
said that.
did say this is my chance to escape. But I will also say is he does still have access to his flying saucer, and like he didn't appear to be in chains or anything, or be
And he had a meal ticket on.
and he had a meal ticket on him. Like, who is this dude? What was his role in this town? Like,
Who's Oslo? We'll find out.
yeah, I'm
Mm.
suspicious of Oslo, the JPEG.
Yeah, I feel like
man.
he definitely has a scheme he's cooking up.
Yeah,
And he knows who Chef Jack is, also.
Ah,
He does.
yeah, they're like friends.
Yeah. They know
Yeah.
each other somehow.
I have no ulterior motives at all. Why are you questioning me? I'm just an old man.
Oslo.
Bye.
Slowly ascends on his flying saucer.
I'm just gonna go up here.
Or should I say, ciao?
Ah!
Oh.
I'm in my element, y'all. I'm in my element and I'm never leaving.
You can only have so many before I get, like, sapped of energy per episode.
Nobody even said anything about my cooking up a scheme thing.
Oh,
I missed
Nobody
that
said
one.
nobody said a word.
I
Nobody
missed that.
said
That
a
was
word.
good. I'm so sorry. That was so good. You're so valid.
Thank
job.
you.
Oslo tells Chase to fight the beefsteak.
He does. Yeah.
And then we have another cart transformation,
Uh-huh.
and he makes fried rice. and it looks really good. And
yeah, well, the old man tells him that he's giving him a turbocharged meal ticket that even though Chase isn't a good cook and makes only bad and burnt food, even he can become a Foodon master using the special magical meal ticket. So then the cart transforms. He makes some fried rice in this really, really in-depth... Like, literally, all the animation in this episode is, like, stills. Even the fights are, like, just, like, you see, like, a still of fried ricer just, like, kicking towards the screen, and then Beefsteak, like, reels backwards and stuff.
Making the Twitter GIFs for these episodes is going to be so easy.
Yeah, it's like whenever they're cooking, it's like that's where the budget went. Literally, the entire budget went towards him, like, flipping the rice around in the pan and throwing a gamer card at it and bringing it to life. So he makes Fried Ricer, who... I believe his catchphrase is something along the lines of, Fried Ricer!
Yeah. Yep.
Ricer! Fried Ricer!
Fried Ricer! And sometimes he'll just go, Fried Ricer.
Yeah. Yeah, Fried Ricer had, I would like 20 different variations of them saying Fried Ricer. Beefsteak had exactly one. Beefsteak. Hey,
Beefsteak.
Hey, Beefsteak. How are you doing today?
Beefsteak.
Beefsteak. I see you're at your mother's grave. This is a tragic backstory for you. What do you have to say for yourself?
Beefsteak.
Beefsteak. You're on a roller coaster.
Beefsteak.
Beefsteak.
Oh my gosh.
Beefsteak has one line no matter what, and it's fine. There's a lot of emotion in the scenes because of it.
Hey, Beefsteak, what did you think of the finale to Lost?
Beefsteak.
Beefsteak. So Fried Ricer kind of easily destroys Beefsteak. Like, just, it is so one-sided, which I enjoy very much, because, like, let's look at it this way, okay? Time to get political.
Okay, all right, yes.
So we're in some sort of totalitarian garbage town.
Yeah. Like we don't know fully what's going on, but like it's clear that it sucks. And that, like...
Well, you wouldn't want to be a prisoner there.
You wouldn't...
It's incredibly... Right. Everything is gray except for the main characters and Claudia.
Yeah, it's like, there's this... It's this, like... It's this strange, like, tone thing of, like, these are genuinely really dire stakes. This is obviously, like, a fascist regime that King Gorge is, you know, has implemented. And, like... His minions will destroy his own city because whatever. And also, it's, again, literally a joke every 30 seconds.
Sometimes less than that.
Yeah.
So Beefsteak. Let's talk about Beefsteak. The creation of Beefsteak. The circumstances surrounding Beefsteak. He is supposedly supposed to be, like, the perfect fighting Foodon. Like, this is, like, the strongest. He has all the most important ingredients to create this unbeatable, unfathomable monster that can just, like, destroy everything in its path. And it is immediately laid low by just some little kid in the Resistance. Makes a regular Foodon with a regular meal ticket.
Yeah.
That regular Foodon.
It was a regular meal ticket?
It was a regular meal ticket. It was Michael's secret stuff.
My gosh.
Oslo reveals that it was Michael's secret stuff all along, and that the meal ticket was
the real
meal
ticket was the friends we made along the way.
Exactly.
And we made Fried Ricer.
Yeah. So Fried Ricer isn't, like, special, and neither is Beefsteak, it turns out. There is no perfect fighting Foodon. They're all equal.
Yeah.
Now, that is a beautiful moral message. I do want to point out, I'm just going to throw out some theories that y'all can play with as the show goes on. I'm sort of giving you the gift now of doing your job for you, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. While in the middle of the fight, while the rice and the Tyrannosaurus are fighting, there's a moment where Chase and Claudia get sort of bumped into each other, and they look at each other, and I'm 100% certain that this is Fighting Foodons' version of Raylo.
No! Oh, I hate it. I hate it, Sarah. You can't. Sarah, you can't. Sarah, you can't. Sarah!
I will not continue this thread going forward.
How dare you compare me to Kylo Ren?
I can't do this, Sarah. I love you. I'm putting a ban on this thread.
Sarah, I understand you said this was going to be a little gift for us. You've instead sort of ding-dong ditched us a little bit.
You must realize, Sarah, you've put us in an impossible predicament.
I quit.
Predicament. Thought about it afterwards.
I quit.
Wow.
This is the last you've heard of me.
Can we talk though, actually, about how cute Chase and the Meatballs are?
I know. He made the
adorable.
meatballs, and the meatballs can't do anything because they're just burnt meatballs, but they're very supportive.
Yeah, but
they're still his friends.
They're still his friends, which he says very much in the episode.
Yeah.
And it's just very cute. Like, he loves these little guys.
The burnt meatballs will save the day.
They will.
They do kind of look like the dust spirits in Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Or some other Miyazaki thing.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
They're in.
Howl's Moving White Castle. All right, bye.
Stop
All
it.
right. Wow.
Marble, I'm not at peak strength. You can't just keep throwing food at the wall.
Ray
like this.
legit has food poisoning at this moment.
I legit have food poisoning, and you're throwing too much at me, and I'm gonna get sick.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Like-
I'm just trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. You know.
It's gonna be the spaghetti is what sticks.
yeah, the
Forget
spaghetti will
about it.
stick.
Let's move on.
Now-
Forget about it.
Ray, how do you have the most thematic illness for this episode?
Because I'm committed to this podcast.
That's why I love
Little
this
did
show.
you know, I planned to get food poisoning today so I could talk about it on the podcast.
That's commitment, darling. Sorry. I'll leave.
Claudia,
I'll go.
You can't. Claudia,
This
you
is an
can't.
intermission.
We didn't even talk
Let's
about
finish out what happened.
We didn't even talk about how the parachutes are called pastry chutes. It's not even important, but it's just like.
But they are.
But they
You
are.
need to know that as
They're
an audience.
pastry
You need to
chutes.
know.
As an audience, you do need to know.
Pastry shoot.
We have not talked about Kayla like at all.
She didn't get
Kayla
too much.
What's
has
there
some
to
of the
say?
best lines.
Oh,
in
I
this
thought her
show.
name was Kyrie.
Stop.
Meow 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 meow.
What was that? Oh, the frying pan. The frying pan line.
Oh, the frying.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She is the most like real character in this show. It's
She had
everybody
two-
else.
yeah.
Everybody else has a foot out the door except for
Mhm.
her.
Right. She had two very good lines. One was when she hit Chase in the face with a frying pan, right? Was that
Yeah.
it?
yeah.
And was like, there are multiple uses for a frying pan.
for the everyday frying pan.
Mm-hmm. And then the
Yes.
other one was when she was about to get squished by the beefsteak.
Oh
And then
right.
She got saved, and she said, I think I'm a vegetarian.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Oh
All right.
god, that was amazing.
Okay, I have to apologize. I realize now Kayla is in fact a more fleshed out character than Kyrie.
The best character in the show, actually.
I think
Yeah,
Kayla
definitely.
might be the best character in the show so far.
I think I'm a vegetarian now.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
very
I think
good.
I just took all your life points. sorry.
We can't do it.
Sorry.
We can't.
I know.
We made a promise.
okay.
We made a promise to Mother.
We did.
I think I just took all your meal tickets.
Where even are we?
They beat beefsteak, and then Dad goes off to fight the regime.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay.
Yeah,
and then they're on the
that's
road
it.
to Viridian City.
Dad leaves
Yeah.
again, leaving Chase and Kayla just sort of to hang out with this floating JPEG old man, Oslo.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
All right, I guess.
Yeah, so essentially the sequence of events goes like this. They break him out of prison and stop Beefsteak, and they say, Dad, we broke you out of prison, so now we can finally go home and be a family again. And he says, all right, just after I hit the slots. And then he drives away.
That's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, also, Claudia escapes, setting her up as a recurring villain, and I'm very excited about that.
She says, and I quote, you haven't seen the last of me!
No, she says you haven't seen the last of Claudia, which is the
no,
best
I'm a fake
part.
fan. I kin too hard, and I just said me instead of Claudia.
God, if I had a nickel for every time I kinned somebody too hard.
Hey, Sarah, if we kin each other, do we create an endless loop and a paradox that opens
space-time
continuum?
If you kin each other, do you get infinite nickels?
Do you get money every time?
Ooh, let's get rich!
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, can you share some?
Well, there'll be plenty to go around.
Yeah,
we live in a society. We need money to take down the society.
If there's infinite nickels, we'll spread them all out equally amongst everyone.
Exactly.
We'll create a infrastructure made entirely of nickels.
We'll use nickels to build our streets and pave our buildings.
And pave our...
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a joke that was better than what you just said, so...
Hey, y'all. I have a question for you now that this is over.
Is it over?
I think so.
It's
How are
over,
we feeling?
Isn't it?
I'm excited for the next 19.
About Fighting Foodons?
I'm very excited to see what the next 25 weeks have for me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sarah, I know you won't be here, but will you be continuing to watch this on your own?
Oh, absolutely not. But I will continue to listen. Listen, this is the thing.
A blessed decision.
I would prefer to listen to this podcast because it's more baffling if I don't know what's happening. Or is it?
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know. I have so little real estate in my brain in this show. I feel like I've aged and de-aged. Like my brain has sort of transcended time and space and become one of like someone who's seen too much. And I've also like lost maturity, and I've sort of become like
I see.
I don't know how to describe it because it's baffling.
I'm with you. I feel this exact feeling, and I don't know if I can handle that every week.
This show is peak 90s, like before we understood how to bring anime over to America, before there was any standard control. I am 100% sure that this show, beyond just like the script, not even bothering translating the original, I am 100% certain that the actual footage itself is cut all over the place and like recut.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
For sure. This is a 4Kids presentation.
It's such an out of body experience to watch something like this, because I don't even it's been so long. I watched this kind of thing as a kid all the time, and I'm okay somehow. Well, that's debatable, huh?
Are any of us okay in the year of our Lord 2019?
No.
Not really. But I had so much fun with it. And it's so you're right though, Sarah. It's like breaking into the veil of something unknown. And like you peek past the curtains and suddenly your mind is just overloaded with this new knowledge that you are burdened with.
Yeah. When you're seeing like a new art that has been invented and we're still figuring out how it even works. Mm-hmm. This is like the early explorations of like what can this medium even be?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It's certainly a lot to digest. No, nobody's gonna no.
I'm done. I can't.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I miss most of them.
I stopped. I had to stop.
I'm gonna start pointing them out after I say them. I'm gonna say them, and then I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me, everyone. I'd like to just take a moment to let you know that I've made a food pun."
Would it be better if you did that, or if I just yelled at you every time?
What do you
prefer?
What if Marble? What if you got a like button or something, or a soundboard or something, so that every time you made a food pun, there's just an air horn?
Don't tempt me.
Don't do this.
Don't tempt me, Mars.
That is oral hell right there. Please don't.
Oral?
Yes. For our ears.
Aural.
For the ears, for podcasting, for our fans that listen to this sacred podcast.
Sacred?
Yeah, it is like a religious experience every week I listen.
Hashtag not a cult.
Ray, Marble, did you get into how you feel about this show?
I love this.
I absolutely
so happy.
love this show.
I'm overjoyed. I thought when you said to us a few weeks ago that we're gonna take turns choosing what anime we watch, and since you chose Yu-Gi-Oh for the Yu-Gi-Oh season 1 for our first season, and then I was choosing Fighting Foodons for our second season, I was thinking to myself, I don't know though, maybe I want to pick something else, but I feel like we've already talked about Fighting Foodons so much that now we have to. Now I'm overjoyed that we're watching Fighting Foodons. I have never been happier in my entire life.
This show brings a certain level of fun and also a lot of, gosh, I don't even know. It's just a lot.
It's
just a lot, and it's just very on brand for me.
This is the season where Marble reaches her maximum power level, and Ray and Mars have to try to hold the fort.
Yeah, you can see hints of that in this first episode when I'm constantly yelling at Marble to stop.
Just wait until we get to Mega Man NT Warrior, and just every episode is going to be endless Mega Man trivia from May.
It's just going to be me and Mars screaming at each other.
And I'm just here eating ice cream. It's fine.
But that's in the future. What is now?
What is now is Fighting Foodons. This is the series. Looks like we're all very excited for it.
Yeah, I'm so pumped for more Fighting Foodons. Legit.
I am too.
And so is Sarah, but she's not going to watch it with us.
Sarah Zedig.
Yeah. Yes.
Where can people find you on the internet? What do you do out there?
Oh, gosh.
What don't you do?
Yeah, what don't you do?
I do. That's a good gosh dang question. I do a lot of things. The best thing to do is to follow me on Twitter at HMSNoFun, and you can see all of the things. I host the Trans Questioning podcast. I have a YouTube show called Let's Talk About Stuff. I wrote a route for the Homestuck tie-in video game Pester Quest, which is coming out on November something. It's what is the 13th? Yeah, it's the 13th. So go buy that video game that I helped write. That's where you can find me. And you have heard the last of Sarah Zedig. Yeah!
Maybe that's our new outro for this season is you haven't heard the last of us.
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
And I mean that was the last we heard of Sarah Zedig. She just vanished. This is the last that anybody will ever see anything from her.
Can we get an F in chat?
Yeah, can we get an F in chat for Sarah Zedig? Hey.
Hi.
We
Hello.
have an iTunes review.
What?
A brand new iTunes review.
No
There's
way.
no
What?
way.
I don't believe
And
you.
guess who's gonna read it?
It's me.
I still don't believe you.
It's from Sword and Sorcery, and it says, pretty good, and gave us 5 stars. Best part of the podcast is Marble saying, that can't be real, and Ray/Mar saying, yeah, it is. It's very interesting to listen to 3 different perspectives, especially when I'm kinda deep in card games myself. Magic the Gathering for me, they say. Nice. You can tell there's a joy for the characters and the plot. The reviews come from the heart of the cards.
Sorry, I was trying to get a gnat.
That's not very polite of you.
I'm sorry!
Do you want me to read it again? Because usually we're like, oh my god, thank you so much! And now we're not getting that because this is season 2 and we're apathetic. Because we don't have an appetite.
This is
Hang on.
Did you get it? Hey, thank you, Sword and Sorcery,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That is so nice.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Despite this being the apathetic season, we wanted to be emotional and true for a brief second of our existence just to thank you. That sounded sarcastic because everything that I say sounds sarcastic, but
Mars is genuine.
But genuinely, no, thank you so much for leaving us a review.
Thank you for that nice review.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to Deck of Friendship. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can find us at Friendship Deck on there. Find all things Deck of Friendship. If you want to send us an email. We got deckofriendshippod@gmail.com. I want to give one last big thank you to Sarah Zedig. You can find all of their work on at twitter.com/HMSNoFun. And they've got a lot of irons in the fire, and it's all hot, baby. No, but thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah. And if you would like to give us a review on iTunes, that would be super cool. We will read it out on the show. And especially now that we're in our second season, talking about a brand new show, if you want to spread the word, share with a friend, share with a loved one, share with your worst enemy, it would be really, really cool and really swell. Maybe spreading this podcast with your worst enemy.
Share a meal with some of your friends.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Share a meal.
You gotta.
Share a meal with friends.
And if you don't have any friends around, go make a friend. Just like in Fighting Foodons.
Maybe Meatballs can be your friend.
Maybe Burnt Meatballs can be your friend.
All right, now we have to do this on a counter, and I'll edit out the counter.
3, 2, 1.
This isn't the last you've heard from us. Yeah!